So if, like me, you just watched the autumn budget by Jeremy Hunt live, then you may be left scratching your head as to exactly what benefit there was for people like me and people probably like you who are limited company owners. So Jeremy Hunt just came out with a wave of, let's call them tax cuts, because I think it's fair to say they were. He cut national insurance by 2%, and he also simplified and cut national insurance for self-employed people. So the 2% national insurance cut will mainly affect people that are PAYE or have a job, and then we have a national insurance cut for self-employed people. But if you're like me, a limited company owner, then actually most of your earnings is likely to come from dividends, and therefore you're not paying any national insurance, so you don't benefit from that national insurance cut. So the other scheme that he announced was around investments and corporation tax cuts for investments in businesses. But really, these schemes have in a way been around for quite a few years now. We've had the 130% super deduction. There's always been the annual investment allowance. So this isn't so much of a massive benefit for small businesses. Now, particularly why I'm not such raving about this tax cut with the investments is because it actually only affects your corporation tax quite a long time after you have made the expense. So if you were to, for example, make an investment in April, you would have to wait until actually January the following year potentially to see any of that tax cut hit your pocket. So for small businesses in particular, where cash flow can be quite difficult, I'm not so sure that that is that helpful. He also announced business rates, and he said that he would be cutting business rates or maintaining the current low rates and release for small businesses. So again, there's already schemes like this in place that try to support small businesses as much as possible. Some businesses get complete exemption from business rates and others do get quite significant relief. So actually, business rates doesn't affect all businesses. There are lots of businesses like mine, service-based businesses, that are almost entirely digital, and particularly post-COVID, we're seeing that more and more. So I'm not quite sure how much of an impact that is going to have on small businesses in the UK. So really, following Jeremy Hunt's announcement, I was really excited as a limited company business owner myself, and as a landlord, I was hoping to see some quite significant tax cuts in that budget, but obviously it didn't happen. And yeah, I think all of my hopes and dreams are now pinned on the fact that Jeremy Hunt's ideas do actually work and they do grow the economy, and that longer term we could maybe see a reduction in corporation tax rates and also, more importantly, dividend tax rates, because not many people realise that when the Chancellor at the time, Rishi Sunak, introduced the additional increase in national insurance to support the NHS in the middle of COVID, that they also applied that to dividends. Now, Liz Truss cut that on national insurance for employed people, but they left that increase on dividends. So if you are a limited company owner, you are still paying that, let's call it the NHS tax, and that's never been removed. So actually, if you're a limited company director, that really wasn't a particularly exciting statement, and I'm left scratching my head as to why I should be supporting Jeremy Hunt as our Chancellor. He owned his own business himself, so he does really understand the world that small businesses work in. He built businesses from scratch and he sold them, so he gets it. But I just didn't see that play out in the autumn statement. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Did you hear the news that you wanted to hear? Was there something fundamentally missing? What do you think about his growth plans? Do you think that this will boost the economy in the UK? Let me know.